Is our strength.
Joy
of the Lord is our strength.
Hallelujah.
Who's the good guys? We're the good guys! And the good guys are always outnumbered and they always win. Yay,
Over
let's
the
go
back.
have fun.
Thank you. Yes, I am Jerry Ringer, and hello again to our next exciting episode of our show, whatever it is. Yes, we have a great number of white trash, we have a number of nice people here. Tell us, what do you really want out of life? What do you need?
I tell you what I want. I want a woman who knows what I want even when I don't say what I want.
And would you actually go around with a bestial lump like this again?
No. Hell no.
There's one woman in my life, and that's the
could you
woman
go
who
with
kept my
someone-
baby, the woman who kept my baby. And you know
How
what?
could you go with someone that asked you
That
to
woman
murder
is
your
the
own
woman
child?
that I
How
want
could
to
you do
spend the
that?
rest of my life with, not some hoe like you. So, honey, as my woman, I want to ask you to marry me.
Jerry!
Hey, let me tell you something.
Great, wonderful. I was a feminazi. I totally believed in abortion. I thought that abortion gave me an out, that I could just have as much sex and fun as I wanted to, and if I got caught, I would just go down to my local abortionist and have it taken care of. When Christ came into my life and he forgave my sins, then I realized how important each and every life is.
Save the babies. Save the babies.
And I've been spit in my face and just about everything you can think of. Yelled at, screamed at. What's happened to you?
Well, I was kneeling, praying on the footpath, you call it sidewalk, like I always do, and I had a sign saying, "Abortion kills children and Jesus heals and forgives." This lady says, "You know, if you were raped, you'd abort the baby. You know better than us, you'd do the same thing." And I says, "No, I wouldn't." I says, "If I was raped, I wouldn't kill an innocent child. I'd think about killing the guy who did it, though."
The idea is to save the babies. See, that was the fatal flaw, I believe, in Operation Rescue. And that's why, after I rescued a few times, I never did it again. You will place yourself between the killer and the baby. Well, it didn't work. Good idea in thought, but it didn't work. Because all I did was take you away and go after the baby anyhow. So you don't actually save the baby's lives. And they want to say, well, that's what Jesus Christ did. He laid himself down as a sacrificial lamb and died. But it's not the same thing. Because those babies are physically being murdered, and it's our responsibility to rescue those babies from being killed the same way we would want to be rescued from being murdered.
I was reading an article, a column by Patrick J. Buchanan in 1984, and so I had an insight after reading that the babies are human beings. As soon as I finished that article, I knew that I would end up using force, bombing abortuaries.
As far as mayhem mechanisms, the Army of God manual is not a groundbreaker. All these bomb recipes have been declassified decades ago and then sold in bulk to Army surplus stores, and they have a new bomb recipe on every page. And yet, when the so-called Army of God manual comes out with 2 minor league bomb recipes in the whole book, and the rest of the book fill up with nuggets such as putting super glue in a lock, or pouring expanding cement down the drain pipe, or dropping a brick on the top of the building from an ultralight, everyone goes ballistic.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Henry. Happy birthday to you. And many more.
Why not? That's very good. A fetus, which is Latin for little one, is either a baby or he's not. If it's not a baby, there's no objection whatsoever to abortion. It's a medical decision. If he is a baby and the abortionist is a mass murderer and he may be stopped even by killing him, that's basically our position. So we have the army of God, which in the future will organize and coalesce like those in Europe who have centuries of underground work. And there will be skilled assassins and skilled saboteurs after the abortion industry, which is not only the abortionists, but the people on top of them, including Supreme Court judges. Now, Paul Hill has called for Supreme Court judges to be killed, and also for chemical and biological weapons, and we support this call. At least I do. I'll have to ask the others about their position.
Anybody who raises a weapon up against these people who are slaughtering these babies, before God and the entire world right now, I say, you are doing God's own work, and more power to you. May the power of God be with you as you aim that rifle and as you lay it down just like that, and you look along those sights and you squeeze that trigger. You're squeezing that trigger for Almighty God.
Have any devices here?
No, I don't, and I wouldn't have it.
Do you have any weapons?
No, I don't. What I want to know is this: are you going to arrest me?
No.
Well, then, what are you aiming at?
I'm trying to get enough information from you so I can write this case up. That's what I'm trying to do. So you're not going to harm the president?
I have absolutely
What about the Supreme Court judges?
I wouldn't touch the hair.
Not that we protect them, but
I would not touch a hair on the head of one of those men, personally. I wouldn't even dream of touching one of those guys.
well, I think you have to keep this case open.
Well, that'd be okay.
Yeah.
You have nothing to be concerned about. I could, but I have no intention of shooting anybody unless and until the Civil War comes. What am I going to do then? I wish there was some peaceful way we could get around this, but I don't think there is. I think there's going to be war.
I live in Kansas City, so I'm a long ways away from home. Yeah.
One of the reasons I came today is to honor the providers. I mean, this is March the 10th. This is the day. This is the day that Dr. Gunn was killed 7 years ago. And since that day, they've had a Honor the Providers Day on March the 10th every year. And I wanted to come by and honor the providers here.
Paul is going to be a modern day martyr. And I just admire the way he stands up for what he believes in, yes, whether it's right or wrong.
Fearlessly.
He just doesn't care.
I agree with you. It puts me to shame every time I think about him.
I watched Joan of Arc the other night with the girl.
I saw that.
Did you see it? Put all of us to shame. That's what Paul does to me, too.
Yeah.
I do not understand these people. They're fanatics. In my opinion, they're criminally insane, some of them.
Hey, folks, here you go.
Oh, yeah.
That's for you. I came down on my motorcycle today from Opp, Alabama. I drive a big... Hey, John.
There's a man I know. How are you?
Great, great. How about you?
Good.
One of the things that bothered me just a little bit was I thought you were losing your fire. I thought you were sort of dropping out, and seeing you here sort of confirms that you were not up to what I thought you might be up to. I didn't really feel good about thinking you were going to drop out of this.
Yeah.
But
I'm doing my best not to lose my fire. If the fire's the Holy Spirit, I think